Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm Emmanuel, I'm an Airbus A330 pilot, and welcome to our first flight with the latest update of the Univil's A350-1000, the version 1.0.6. This one features autosave and a couple of other very nice options, such as a first take on ACARS. So I'm really excited to take us flying on the Cathay A350-1000 from Hong Kong to Toronto today. 14 and a bit hours of flight time from the sunset into the sunset. So let's get right into the cockpit and start to set up before we run out of time over here and have to depart right at night. So, hello there. Then let's get right into the cockpit here and get our aircraft going. So A350-1000, I am using the model without the cabin so that we have a little bit lighter system load over here available to us. Alright then, let's get going. So the engine thrust levers are on idle, master levers off, start selector norm, and the wipers are off, landing gear lever is down, batteries are already on, and we can already dim our annunciator lights up here. Then let's also go ahead and dim the intake lights, since it is slowly but steadily getting dark, and we can also dim those panels a little bit further, like this. Alright then, moving further up again, we can turn on the ADRs and then check the recall for 3 seconds. 1, 2, and 3. Alright, recall is normal. Dispatch page will be added soon, and then we can do the fire test. And that's also looking very good. However, today in Hong Kong we are actually going to use the air conditioning unit and not start the APU itself just yet. So that's the basics over here. Then let's go over into the flight ops menu, and up here we can import our SimBrief flight plan for this A350. And here we go. So it's Cathay Flight 826 from Hong Kong to Toronto. And now let's go on to the first new page that has been added here, the AOC page. So this one sends us the latest METAR and TAF for both our departure and destination airport. Also, we do get that preliminary load sheet where we can check our passenger numbers and our estimated weights. And with that out of the way, let's go on to our operational flight plan. And up here, of course, our standard checks do apply. We'll just assume that they're done. You can see we have more than enough margin between the takeoff weight and the landing weight. I don't see much reason to take any extra fuel today. So if we go into the load sheet and import that one from SimBrief, then we can see they do plan for us to depart with 102.1 tons. Let's round that up, 103, just to be on the safe side over here, like this. And then set fuel, and well, we could of course go for GSX boarding over here to load our aircraft up live, so why not do that? So load with GSX is selected, and that way it now runs the ground services automatically. Quite a nice option if you ask me. I do really enjoy that. Alright, apart from that, we'll move on to the takeoff performance, synchronize SimBrief and synchronize the weather. It is going to be a wet runway today, and the air conditioning will be off. Compute that data, and our max takeoff weight is 333.6, our estimated weight is 300 tons, so that's easy going. And apart from that, we just need our terminal charts, so let's start with the Hong Kong charts over here, aerodrome ground chart. We can take the overview and then just have a look into which other areas we need, if any. As we are basically just operating in the south over here, 07 right is our departure runway. We can go with that chart marked over here, just gotta find it, and that's AGC area south. Okay, so that's the one we are gonna clip over here. Apart from that, we need the parking chart, and that's APC1, as we can see, covering this part of the airport, so pinning that one as well. And then let's go ahead and have a look at our standard instrument departures. On opposite 07 right, that sounds about like it for the beginning. And indeed, $1 alpha is exactly what we are gonna do. So let's pin that one as well. And with that, we are basically done with our charts. The last thing that I'm doing over here is to zoom out a little bit on that en route chart so that we get that data into memory already. And then we can just zoom all the way back in again so that we get the safe taxi chart down here. Nice. Alright, very good. So with that done, they should start boarding any moment. So let's ensure that at least the signs are on. Fueling is already complete, 103 tons are on board. Very good. Okay, so then let's continue with our flight preparation. The aircraft is accepted for service, the oxygen is fine, rain repellent is fine. Then a look at the hydraulics down here, and the quantities are good. And then a look at the engines. And here's something new as well. They did change the way the FADEC powers up. Now look at this. It takes a little time, and then it will eventually start coming on one by one. That's new, and that's a pretty neat feature there. So the oil quantity is checked and okay for today's flight. And then the flaps and the spoilers do agree with the levers. The brake pressure indicator is checked, park and brake set, and that's all we got to do down here. So then we can turn FADEC back off and start with our cockpit preparation procedures. So up here, evacuation switch on captain, oxygen is on, flight recorder coming on, ELT is armed, and everything up here is set. Then onto the lights, strobe light auto, nav light position 1, logo light auto. The signs are already set, APU remains off for the time being. That also means that both our external power units are going to remain on. Moving further up, the fuel pumps are on already, and the APU fire test is completed. The maintenance panel is all set. And on this side over here, we can turn our temperature regulation in the forward hold off. CVR test. It's looking good, and the reset buttons are all in. Then moving down a little bit, let's check the latest weather. So AOC and METAR Hong Kong. So the QNH is 1019, as we can see over there. And that's now set. Alright, down here everything is checked, and then we can move down to the radios. 122.800 is gonna go active. And then 121.500 as well. So VHF 1 is already up, then VHF 2, interphone, cabin, and PAs, and that's all set. And don't make the mistake to try and communicate on VHF 2 on the FO side. The FO is also using VHF 1, just like the captain is as well. Alright, the rest of all this good stuff is done down here. Now, since we would definitely fly this with 3 pilots, we are gonna set the third ACP as well, like this, and here we go. So now let's get into the FMS. And we actually start on the surveillance page, because that should definitely not be on. You should be on standby, that's correct. Very good. And then onto the ATC com page. ATC connected, message record is erased. D-ATIS, we can just request the latest updates, well, as soon as we have entered our FMS info. So now onto the FMS. Aircraft status page. A350-1000, no fuel penalty, nav database is up to date. We can delete those previously stored elements down there. And then let's go ahead and do our company flight plan request. That is going to take a little while to arrive, and while that's going on, we can start to think about exactly how we want to do that setup. I'm probably going to switch back and forth down here so that I don't have to look around all the time, which I figure you guys do prefer somewhat, so well, that's what we are going to do then. So flight plan received, flight plan insert. Might take a little while here since it is a pretty long plan, but here we are. Okay, Cathay 826 Hong Kong to Toronto, alternate Ottawa, flight level 330 at first flight level. Then let's see about our initial data down here. So the tropopause is in 53,000, and the temperature up there is minus 38 degrees. So we'll start down here on the cruise temp, minus 38, and the tropopause in 53,000. And insert Costinix 40, tailwind 46 is okay. IRS has already finished alignment, excellent. Then departure Hong Kong 07 right, and we're departing via the Dalal 1 Alpha departure, temporary and insert. And then for arrival into Toronto, we're expecting runway 05 at the moment with an ILS approach. And our star is the Boxum 7 arrival. And we're coming from Tudun. Like this. Alright, and insert that temporary flight plan. Then let's go ahead and have a look at our SID. So we'll bring up the constraints and the plan mode over here so that we can check it nicely. Alright, so we continue by Hotel 301 towards Porta, minimum 205 knots, and that's what we've got down here. Funnily enough, this should be more than 205, so I am going to delete this so that the airplane doesn't restrict itself unnecessarily. Then it's a right hand turn onto 183 inbound Hotel 311 at 220 knots. And that's exactly what we have in here. Course 183, inbound 311, 220 knots. Thereafter continue to Rahmen above 6,000 feet, which we can also see down here. And then we continue via Vetvo above flight level 110, which we've got in here, on towards Sekpo above level 140. Again, we do have that. And then we continue via Darkik towards Darlol, and we have that in here as well. Excellent, so our SID is checked, then we can continue with our flight plan initialization. Nav aids, there is nothing hard tuned and we don't need anything. Then fuel and load. So we do have that preliminary load sheet already. So let's go down here, AOC and load sheet. So zero fuel weight is 198.0. So 198. We don't know CG yet, so I am just going to enter 30 in the absence of any more precise information. And the block fuel is 100.3. Taxi fuel 0.5. Then let's have a look into our OFP to find the other fuel figures we need. That's down here, alternate 3.7, final 2.5. So 3.7 and 2.5. We don't know the passengers yet, and don't worry about that extra fuel, we will get there. So now onto the takeoff performance, and for this we'll go down here, takeoff performance, and we'll just use send to FMS, and confirm, and that's full toga actually. Yeah, it really is. Alright, I like it. Cool, engine out acceleration is going to be in 1600. Position monitor will enter our departure runway, so Hong Kong 07 right. And then we can move on to the climb page, where we check that auto derate is enabled. Transition altitude 9,000 feet is correct, as we can see down here on the chart. Alright, cool, then let's move on to the secondary flight plan, where we are gonna import the active plan. And now we can start by entering our engine out SID. So, runway 07 right, we proceed on track 074 until 5 Sierra Mike Tango, and then right turn to Charlie Hotel and hold, or at least that is what Blackbox 711's website reads. I do believe, however, that a couple of those nav aids have since been dismissed. So, nonetheless, let's try. So Sierra Mike Tango slash 074/5, and yep, that looks incorrect. Let's see, 5 Sierra Mike Tango. Sierra Mike Tango is over here, so that is already like 5 miles out. So they really wanted to fly straight for that long? Okay. And then right turn to Charlie Hotel. And here we go, but as you can see, that one's been decommissioned. So basically, Charlie Hotel would have been located somewhere down here. So what we're going to do is we'll proceed straight ahead over here, and then we'll make that right-hand turn, but let's fly to Rahmen instead. So delete this one, and instead we'll use next waypoint Rahmen. Like this. Okay, and from Ramen we'll go new destination, then Victor Triple Hotel. Arrival, runway 07, left this time with an ILS approach, and so that's our engine outset entered. Okay. So that, last but not least, let's make this PVD point here an overfly point, so that we only turn after this. Okay, so far so good. Then let's go back to the flight plan page and onto the flight plan info, fix info. Over here we can enter this as well. So Hong Kong 07 right, then radial 074 for the runway track, and then, oh that's wrong, escape. And then onto the second fix we'll go with Sierra Mike Tango, radius 5, and over here let's enter Ramen, like that. Alright, cool, so that's our engine outset entered. Now let's go back over here and start with our step altitudes, as we will have quite a couple of them on today's 14-hour flight. So all the way back to the top. And then the first step is going to be flight level 350 at Opaka. So enter Opaka, flight level 350. Then we'll climb to flight level 370 at Fox Alpha India. Like this. And last but not least, flight level 390 at 52 North, 090 West. And this one I'll actually have to search down here in the list, because different add-ons are using different naming conventions, so you can never be 100% sure that this is really going to be the waypoint you're looking for unless you actually find it in here. So 52 North, 090 West. That's it. And you are going to be flight level 390. Alright, and I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Cool, so temporary flight plan and insert. And now that we've inserted the step climbs, we can do our wind request. And that ensures that the wind is really requested for all the levels we're looking for. So insert that, and now let's go onto the fuel and load page. And yeah, I wouldn't expect to see this much of a negative extra fuel now. Can insert 3% contingency here, but no, this is probably a little bit too little, but I don't really believe that we are going to be that bad. I think it's going to be fine. Wait until we're in the air. You can see this one calculates a flight time that's a lot longer than our actual expected flight time as well. So that kind of explains why there is a miscalculation. Alright, in any case, this finishes our FMS setup, so let's move up here. QNH is 1019, we can dim this a little bit. Initial climb 6000. Alright, let's load up the ANF, and then we are pretty much done with our setup. Okay, so what else do we still have to do? We can do our briefing, and we can do the oxygen test. Let's start with the latter. Ground flight deck. My interiors, oxygen test. And yeah, that should sound a little bit different, but apart from that, the test is looking okay. Alright, cool. So that's everything done and everything entered down here. Let's go ahead and start with our departure briefing. Alright, so we're departing Hong Kong, runway 07 right, Starliner 1 Alpha departure, initial climb 6000, MSA in the south is 4300 in that departure sector. Where am I even looking there? Let's just call it over here. So 4300, 4100, so anything like that, 4.3 is going to keep us safe on our departure. Extra fuel and time. Well, we didn't take any extra, but should be absolutely fine the way this is inserted in here. Okay, thanks. So we don't have any hotspots for our taxi routing, and our engine out sits straight ahead to 5 DME outbound Sierra Mike Tango, which we've marked on the plan down here. And then right onto Rahmen, climbing to 5,000 feet. Then we can come back with an ILS approach runway 07 left, which we've entered in our secondary flight plan. In terms of specials, we've got that minimum 205 knot restriction. I'm not worried about that, but that maximum 220 over here, that's the one that's going to be interesting, because if we look over here, we can see our clean speed is 232, and we are already leaving with full toga thrust. Therefore, we will have to keep the flaps extended in position number 1 until we've passed waypoint 311. And that's the big threat, forgetting about the flaps thereafter and accelerating towards the speed limit. So good look on that, and otherwise I have nothing special. Anything on your side? No? Okay. So in that case, let's do the cockpit preparation checklist, please. Gear pins and covers, removed. Fuel quantity, 103 tons balanced. Barrel reference, QNH 1019R. Cockpit preparation checklist complete. So let's see if we can get an update on the latest weather. Okay, Hong Kong information Yankee, departure runway 07 right, wind 010 at 11, visibility 7000, fuel cloud 600, scatter 1214 degrees 1019R, acknowledge information Yankee on first contact. Alright, looks very good to me. So then, let's see if boarding is already completed. No, doesn't look like it. What are we waiting for? Probably something GSX related. Is kind of my expectation, at least. So, GSX menu. Ah, you actually haven't done anything. Okay, that's fine for me. Prepare for pushback and departure. And then we'll just use set 0 fuel weight up here. Didn't I click load with GSX earlier on? No comment on that, huh? Alright, starting APU. Okay, cool. So those are the basics. Then let's see. 198 and 26% CG. So 26, and let's see, we have 330 passengers on board. Cool, and with that our takeoff weight is going to be 301. So takeoff performance, yep, that should be a little bit more. Let's enter 301. Alright, and compute that again. So more or less the same data, but send to FMS and confirm takeoff speeds. Okay, and that's yeah, that's basically it. All right, very good. So with those basics out of the way, let's see if we can get our aircraft ready for departure. APU needs a tiny moment to start over here, but it should be ready any moment. Well, let's not waste any time. Let's instead collect our IFR clearance. Well, let's see if they do support data link clearance here in Hong Kong. So, request, clearance, departure. At Hong Kong, we're at gauge, let's see, Sierra 2. And we had information Yankee. So, from Hong Kong, Sierra 2, Yankee, Airbus A350-1000, destination Toronto, transfer to mailbox, and send. In the meantime, we can tell GSX to prepare for pushback and departure, which I think we have already done. And request received, being processed, stand by. Roger. So then, prepare for pushback and departure. Air conditioning unit can be removed. APU is available, so bleed coming on. External power units can come off. So the door is closing, park and brake is set, and then chocks can be removed as well. And for left stair toggle, oh, come on, remove those stairs please. This is looking better, isn't it? For some reason the jetway is still connected. Waiting for other services to complete. Oh, come on, reset position. GSX is such a strange piece of software. So ground power unit is removed. Quick check into the load sheet again to make sure that we actually have everything on board set. Because GSX, when you reset it, sometimes likes to remove any weight from your aircraft. So let me actually slightly change our gross weight here, 198,100. Alright, set 0 fuel weight. And then set the fuel, and this should give us some proper numbers. Okay, so we're at 198.1 now. Slight difference in the 0 fuel weight, shouldn't be too much of a problem. So fuel and load, 198.1, and the new CG is 30.8. Like this. Alright, perfect. Alright, and here's our clearance. Hong Kong PDC number 2. Cathay 826 cleared to Toronto of 07 right via Dalol 1 X-ray, squawk 3544. Okay, Dalol 1 X-ray is slightly different SID from what we had selected, so no, not you, but you. Hong Kong departure, SID, Dalol 1 X-ray. Right, temporary and insert. Okay, so let's press Wilco and send. And the squawk 3544, Dalol 1 X-ray. Hey, I just selected that new SID, didn't I? What's it doing now? Departure. Runway 07 right, and we have the Dalol 1 X-ray. Alright, insert temporary. Here it is. Dalol 1 X-ray is confirmed, and clearance confirmed up here as well. Thank you. So, squawk 3544. Wonderful. Why are you still beeping? That's a little bug then. Shouldn't be beeping now. But anyway, that stuff is in, so we are now ready to go. Let's reset those GSX controls to tell them to prepare the position for pushback and departure. Handling by Hong Kong Airport. And now we should finally be getting ready. Alright, cool. So let's use the time to say hello to our guests. Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening from Flight Deck. This is your captain speaking. My name is Emmanuel in the name of Cathay Pacific. Welcome aboard Flight 826 to Toronto. Flight time today will be 14 hours and 10 minutes and we do expect a smooth flight for the majority of today's service. Nonetheless, some occasional turbulence may be encountered as we are crossing some jet streams. For this reason, please keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you're in your seat, even if the fasten seatbelt sign is turned off. Thank you very much for your attention, once again welcome aboard, and we will update you with the latest weather when we start our approach into Toronto. Alright, cool. So the passengers are briefed, everything is ready up here. We can already turn those lights up a little bit again. And then they're in the process of connecting as far as I can see. So let's see about the SID real quick then. Dalol 1 X-ray. That's probably 07 right RF. Yep, Dalol 1 X-ray, that's it. So we can remove this chart up here, and then a very quick check to ensure that everything we entered is actually correct. So straight ahead, total load 301, Pawpaw, and then we have a 2.66 mile arc. Why can I not scroll on my flight plan? Plan mode here. That's strange. In any case, after Pawpaw, waypoint 341, 210, 342, 230, Rahmen above 6000, VATWO 110, SECPO 140. That's basically the stuff that we already know about. So the stuff down here is checked. And after Dalol, we can remove that discontinuity. Insert, thank you very much. Okay, cool. So with that, we are basically ready for departure. So let's call ground 1 to 1.6 and get our pushback clearance.
You are on Juliet, but you're supposed to be on hotel, but no worries. Continue taxi Juliet to Juliet 1 holding point.
It really starts getting dark now. Let's turn those floodlights up a bit.
Keep going on the Juliet to holding point Juliet 1, Air Channel 741.
311 from Foxtrot 7, cross runway 07 center, then continue taxi on Alpha 11, left Bravo Minor to stand November 8. Good night.
Roger, from Foxtrot 7, cross runway 07 center, then Alpha 11 to Bravo Minor to gate November 8, Philippine 311. Thank you very much, good night.
Hong Kong ground, good evening, Cathay 826, request push and start, stand Sierra 2.
Cathay 826, ground hello squawk mode Charlie, startup is approved, pushback color red.
Squawk mode Charlie, push approved color red, Cathay 826. Okay, so that transponder is on now,
Air Channel 741, contact tower
well.
18.4, good night.
Alright.
18.4, Air Channel 741.
Park and brake.
Ground Air Channel 519.
Take off speeds and thrust.
Air Channel 519.
So 147, 163, 170,
please verify if my departure, if my clearance to destination is still available. I just left due to the
nose wheel disconnect
crash.
memo is checked before start checklist complete.
Air Channel 519, AFM, your clearance is new available.
So push start approved color red, and the park and brake is now released. Roger, start and push, color red, standby for engines.
People ready, push inside Channel 519, thank you.
So last time we have been flying here in Hong Kong, some of you asked me about what exactly those colors mean. And basically just like you got some airports using pushback areas, think Frankfurt, they have different colors that they assign to the different pushback positions. And that's how it works over here. So color red basically means to push to a certain direction, and as a pilot you don't necessarily know which direction that is. All you know is that these pushbacks, well, you relay that information to the ground and they do whatever they see fit to get you to that position, and that's basically it. Alright, cool. So let's start up. Fadec again needs a little while, that's new with the latest update, and I do really like that. It just adds a bit to that immersion to see these things power up one by one, and here we go. So you've got to wait for 10 seconds before you can actually initialize the engine start. And here we go. Engine 1 start. So, it looks like color red is actually taking us around the turn.
Around there, channel 5 no request push and start.
I would definitely not be walking down here, by the way. That cannot be healthy at all.
Start approved. Push back color red at channel 5
By the way, absolutely stunning graphics, aren't they?
ready for pushback.
Cafe 420,
And we're stopping here, it seems. The push is getting slower.
Taxiway pushing back.
Okay, good start on 1, starting 2. So, if you're wondering why it's getting so quiet, I am using the AMR headphones version today. I kind of do like that one.
851 Grand Canoe, clear taxi via Charlie Echo to Foxtrot 7
Okay, and they're actually taking us all the way around the corner. Alright, fair enough.
Taxi via Charlie Echo Foxtrot 7 loading point 07 center.
So, engine number 2 is on the run.
And Shuttle 851, any stand presence tonight?
Negative, Shuttle 851.
Shuttle 851, no problem, expect stand Delta 205.
Alright, so that's looking like a pretty good engine start down here.
Expect
Pushback still in progress.
205, Shuttle 851.
So you can have that taxi map as well. Alright, cool. So pushback complete, set brakes. And brake set. Alright, very good. So we do have 2 good engine starts. You're clear to disconnect. Show me the pin, I guess, on the left side. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye. And while they are doing that, I will just not waste any time and go for the flight control checks.
Just curious, what pushback procedure can we expect?
Full up, full down,
Cafe 420, expect pushback color red.
full left,
Expect pushback
full
color,
right,
thank you very much, Cathay 420.
neutral, and then we're standing by with the rudder until we see the pin to know that there is nobody close to the nose wheel
551 on
anymore.
the ground, confirm you are pushing back.
Avon, channel 5
So, where are they? Anywhere around? No? Or perhaps hiding on the left side? Now that's a wing walker walking along the taxiway. And that's the ramp agent, and she's holding the pin in the hands. Wonderful. So let's check the rudder. Or at least in theory we do. Looks like I need to go into my settings here real quick. Because I did have to remove my rudder pedals here. So let's just... Come on, here we go. General profile with rudder. That's what I've been looking for. And you do not add any thrust, my friend. You remain exactly where you are. And the same over here. You also need a slight change. Alright. Cool. We didn't roll. That's the important thing. So then, let's check the rudder. In theory, huh?
On ground, Cathay 418, requesting taxi.
Cathay
So where's the
418,
flight control
taxi
page?
via
There it
Bravo
is.
7, Bravo
And it's not working!
Hotel to Juliet 1 holding point runway 07 right, QNH 1020.
Activa Bravo 7, Bravo, Victor, Hotel to holding point Juliet 1, runway 07 right, Cathay 418.
Okay, so rudder, full left, full right, and neutral. That's what happens when it resets your profiles and when you have to disconnect one of the joysticks.
Cathay 420, start up with a
Okay,
pushback
cool.
color red.
So
and
then,
Throttle
after
Charlie.
start checklist.
Color red for
ATRs,
Cathay 420 will
off, flight
be
controls,
Throttle Charlie in a
checked,
moment.
ground clearance received. After start checklist, complete. Cathay 826, request taxi.
Cathay 826 taxi via Hotel 7, Hotel 9, Juliet to holding point Juliet 1 runway 07, correction to holding point Juliet 2 runway 07 right, QNH 1020.
Cathay 826, QNH 1020, taxi holding point 07 right via Hotel 7, Hotel 9, Juliet, Juliet 2. Alright, cool. So that is written down, QNH 1020, and that is cross-checked. Alright, cool. So, Hotel 7 is the one we're on, Hotel 9, and then Juliet. Lights on, brake released. You go back on the VHF1, please. And off we go. And we can, of course, close that flight control page again. So, brake check. Brakes okay. Looks like we do need quite a lot of thrust to get this moving. But here we go. The magic 30% again. So, your typical Airbus magic, if the taxi lights aren't bright enough, just go into the takeoff position.
Hong Kong ground, Cathay 751,
Cool.
good evening.
So we continue straight ahead,
Information
and that leads us on to Juliet.
Cathay 751 Hong Kong ground, hello, information to the correct.
So, down to 10 knots again.
Cathay 751, guest grounds to Bangkok, flight over 400, stand Sierra 31.
Cathay 751 cleared to Bangkok, flight 100, climb via Pecan 3 X-ray departure to 5,000 feet, runway 07 right. Expect cruising for the full 12,200 meters. In conversion, for the full 401 and squawk 5165.
Cathay 751, clear to Bangkok.
Alright, excellent. And with that, we're up on the main taxiway and on the taxi out.
Disregard. Just a moment.
So,
Hotel
Honeycomb Juliet 2.
851 from Foxtrot 7, cross runway 07 center, then continue taxi on
We can
Alpha
nicely follow that down here on the ANF,
uniform to
as you've got
stand
all the
Delta 205
intersections
Max.
listed on here. So again,
Roger taxi by
very well
Foxtrot
thought
7,
out concept of the
07
A350.
Center, then Alpha 1 Bravo uniform to stand 205.
I just really like it. I really do. And I guess you guys can probably notice.
Hong Kong ground, good evening, Cathay 530 information Zulu.
Alright, cool.
Number
So
6
I have
T.
no
Request
changes to our takeoff
approach
briefing.
to Taipei.
Things are pretty
Cathay
much exactly the same.
530, stand by, call back shortly. Break right, Cathay 751, do you need I repeat the clearance again?
Thank you.
Okay,
Cathay
so,
751,
taxi
clear
checklist,
to
please.
Bangkok. Papa Echo Charlie Alpha 3X departure. Flight en route, maintain 5,000, expect 1200 meters, squawk 5165.
So, flap setting,
Cathay 751
config 1 plus F,
Beacon 3 X-ray
radar
departure.
on, taxi checklist complete.
33M3X departure.
So, getting a little bit fast here. Let's see if we can nail it down at 30 knots.
Cathay 751 confirms Papa Echo Charlie Alpha November 3 X-ray departure.
Thank you. Beacon 3X departure.
Cathay 751, thank you for
Typical case
the
of
correct
VATSIM in here,
information. Sudo
on the
report ready for
radios.
push and start.
Roger. Call you later. Cathay 751.
Cathay 530 clearance ready.
Alright, so a little bit of taxi to go over here. I don't think weather is
Okay,
going to be too much of an
530
issue, but
clearance
let's
ready.
bring it up, and you are definitely going to go onto the terrain here.
Cathay 530 cleared to Taipei 500, climb via Dello 1 X-ray
Terrain
departure
is the one
to
big problem we are
5
facing for today's
runway
departure.
07 right.
If we
Squawk
do take a look at the sit chart over here, you've got that super tall mountains to the south up to 3,100 feet, and then up to 3,300 feet in the north over here. So we really got to pay good attention to those. Another problem departing Hong Kong up to the north, you've got the Guangzhou FIR coming up, and of course you very often have super
Cathay
warm
530
temperatures.
with the correct information. Sudo report ready for
What
push
are
and
those
start.
stairs doing over there?
Cathay 826, contact tower 118 decimal 4, good night.
118.4, Cathay 826, good night. Alright, let's pretend we haven't seen those, as we're looking inside for a moment. So 118.4. Hong Kong Tower, good evening, Cathay 826 Heavy, taxiing Juliet 2, ready for departure.
Cathay 826 Tower, hello.
So let's add a little bit of thrust again, get it back up to those 30 knots. We really don't need to waste much time here on the taxiway, do we? So quick check on the AGC area south chart. So Juliet 2, and of course we don't have any Tora on here. Do we have it on the overview chart maybe? No. Okay. Well, is there any scale on here? Yeah, meters. Alright, that's maybe 50 meters of margin here.
Hong Kong
So
Tower,
I'm really
hello,
not too worried
Cathay
about those.
418, on Juliet, on hotel for Juliet 1.
Cathay 418 Tower, hello.
Right, cool. So Juliet
Cathay
2 is the next on
7
the
right,
left.
clear for takeoff, wind 020 degrees on 2 knots.
07 right, clear for takeoff, Cathay 826. Cabin crew, prepare for departure. And line up checklist, please. So first things first though, let's actually get it around that turn. Alright, so that's 07 right, Juliet 2 confirmed. And we are clear on the approach. Let's have a quick look at TCAS. Yeah, everything's clear, wonderful. Alright, so lineup checklist. Cabin secured, takeoff runway 07 right via Juliet 2. Packs 1 and 2 off. Lineup checklist complete.
Cathay 418 behind the departing company via Juliet 1, line up and wait 7 right behind.
Behind the company aircraft on
Alright, so
takeoff,
let's make it
line up
rolling.
and wait 07 right behind, Cathay 418.
Stabilized. Mantoga, SRS, runway, auto thrust blue. Thrust set. .100 knots. Checked.
V1.
rotate. Positive climb. Gear up. Nav. Checked.
Cathay 86, thanks. Contact approach 119.1, right.
119.1, Cathay 86, bye bye.
Approach humanity to 5 now is unavailable. Choose the rate 75 over 40
EVA 225, approach, expect IGS approach,
First
runway
decline,
13,
climb,
QNX
auto thrust.
1020.
EVA IDS approach from 1 check H1020, EVA 5.
Hong Kong, good evening, Cathay 86 Heavy, 1600.
Cathay 826 Heavy, approach, say passing altitude.
Passing 1700, Cathay 826.
Cathay 826 identified, climb via SID 7,000 feet.
Climb via SID 7000 feet, Cathay 826. 7000 blue. Alright, so we do have those speed restrictions here, which are the reason why we are going to keep the flaps extended for the time being. And, well, then just have a look at the wonderful scenery out there in front of us.
Cathay 27, say again.
Confirm speed to radio, or can we cancel the
So,
restriction?
definitely not climbing too well, 1600 feet a minute.
Cathay 27, resuming speed, and from Charlie Hotel,
That's all we
clear
need.
IGS approach
We
for
are able to
13.
meet all the speed restrictions as we can see down here on our FMS.
And from Charlie November, caution.
Even though we're meeting them barely,
clear
just.
IGS approach 13, Cathay 27.
Bravo 07, speed 250 knots.
Speed 250, Bravo 07.
So, that Cathay 27 there is 6,000 feet above us.
EVA
That's probably the
225,
reason we are only cleared to 7,000.
1020.
Can I say again about this altitude? EVA 225.
EVA 225, descend 8,000 feet, QNX 1020.
Descend 8,000 feet, descend 1020.
Interesting to see, the airplane seems to fly the S speed, even though the target is lower than that. In descent, that would be correct. In climb, however, it's not. Alright, passing 210, next limit is 230, so flaps 1. Sorry, flap 0. Speed checked, flap 0. And it is going to accelerate a little bit more now, but we basically have concluded the turn, so I'm happy to do that right now.
EVA 225, second.
Okay, because reduce for normal speed EVA 225.
EVA 225 enable, but descend 250 knots.
Okay, so the Cathay has passed, so we're eventually going to get our further climb in a few moments here.
Airport go 238 Alpha, contact Tower North 118.7, bye-bye.
Okay. So things sound
Approach hello, Cathay
rather busy
418,
here for the time being.
5,000.
The good thing is we are not climbing very well anyway, so I'm not too worried about that.
8,000 feet, Bravo 07.
Bravo 07 and contact QNX 1020.
QNX 1020, Bravo 07.
Cathay 826, maintain 6,000 feet.
Cathay 826 maintaining 6,000 feet. Speed out star 6,000 blue.
Cathay 418 approach, say again passing altitude.
So, why is that? Who
Passing
has that guy in the back over there? Alt?
Cathay 418 identified, climb via SID 6,000 feet.
Climb 6,000 feet, 418.
It's gotta be him. He's probably gonna do a left turn in a few moments. We'll see, we'll see. So we don't need that timer anymore since our engines are out of climb thrust by now. Don't ask me what that stupid window is that just came up on the right hand
Bravo
side.
07 from Charlie Hotel, clear GS approach, runway 13.
Bye bye, stupid window.
From Charlie Hotel, clear
Okay, cool.
SGS,
So,
runway 13, Bravo 07.
Cafe 161, descend 4,000 feet, and from Limes via Tutba, clear ILS approach, runway 07 left.
My guess is we probably got too close to this guy over there. And I don't know, that's a very strange call sign, so that probably tells me
resume published discussion
all I
and
need to
maintain
know.
published speed. Maintain speed, Bravo 40707.
Yeah, I guess it does.
Hong Kong approach level 205, descending 110.
Nonetheless, we will no longer be able to meet any of the...
Cathay 826, climb flight level 160.
Cathay 826, climb flight level 160, and we're unable any of the following altitude restrictions.
Cathay
First
826,
decline,
roger,
climb
unrestricted flight level 160.
6000 blue. Unrestricted level 160, Cathay 826. Alright, and then in order to help it a bit, let's go full climb thrust here.
Lambo 205, approach hello, expect 07 left, information.
See if we can make good anything, because those restrictions here exist, as far as I'm aware, purely for political reasons. So those are not restrictions that you would regularly want to bust.
Lambo,
so let's see what we can achieve by going full climb thrust.
4,000 feet, QNH 1020.
Descend 4,000 on
Not that much,
1022,
2,000 feet a minute. But anyway, 2,000 is better than nothing. So we cleared that EFA. Let's see about any possible weather ahead. Nope, nothing. Excellent.
EFA 225, speed 220 off.
So let's help it a little bit here. Speed 250. That way,
418, climb
that way we can at least gain a little bit of altitude prior to passing SACPO.
Climb unrestricted.
And avoid that acceleration
Cathay 418.
at 10,000 over
Lambo
here.
205, turn left heading 350 sectors for ILS 07 left.
He did clear us to climb unrestricted, I have to admit that, but I kind of want to go the safe way and climb as quickly as possible here.
Lambo 205,
Not that it would make too much of a difference, but hey. So in the meantime, dome light is coming on, all those lights are on. That
Lambo
makes it a
205,
little bit,
apologies, disregard.
let's just say that makes it a little bit easier. So notepad, let's close that one away.
EFA 225 from Charlie Hotel 3 ITS approach runway 13.
From Charlie Hotel clear, IDS, runway
Standard
13.
trust checked, passing flight level 902 now. Checked. Alright, so far so good. So I'm going to maintain those 250 knots until passing SACPO, and only thereafter we will continue the acceleration. One thing that's really worth mentioning here is the sound set that we're using today. We are using the active noise reduction sound set, and that one actually sounds a lot more like what I would expect in the real world than what we've used otherwise. But you guys let me know in the comments below what you think about it. Do you think that the choice of the noise reduction sound set is a good one, or would you rather have the, let's say, sounds as the GoPro would pick it up rather than what the pilots would actually hear? So, passing 10,000, lights off, and yeah, everything looks clear above, but we are still at just about 7 degrees pitch, so I am going to keep the passengers seated for now. Then there is nothing hard-tuned, and optimum flight level 335 versus cruise 330 sounds good to me. Now, it still tells us that we are arriving with insufficient fuel, but I don't believe it. Let's just fly along that route. We can still
Cathay
see...
826, contact radar 127.1, good day.
127.1, Cathay 826, good day.
Hong Kong radar, Singapore 8992, radio check please.
Singapore 8925 by 5, how do you read?
So let's see if he supports CPDLC. Hong Kong, good evening, Cathay 826 Heavy, passing flight level 123, climbing 160. And we've passed SACPO, so let's start accelerating.
Radar, climb to flight level 330.
Climb flight level 330, Cathay 826.
Cathay 79, descend to flight
Okay, flight level 330 blue. Then let's see. Connect. Let's see.
Channel
Can't
05
really
to
see anything
descend
over
to
here,
level
can we?
1105 star.
Scroll that down a bit.
Descend to flight level 1105 star, Air China 0522.
Nope, doesn't really look like there is any CPDLC connected here.
Every 766 Hong Kong radar identified.
The one thing we could
Tree Alpha
try is
arrival.
this.
Canto 3
It's
Alpha
basically the controller's call sign, notify.
Hong Kong radar, hello, Cathay
So Hong Kong West
418
is
to 10,000
notified.
feet.
Let's see if anything comes back in return. I
Cathay
don't really
418 Hong Kong
expect
radar,
that, to be
flight
honest,
level
but
270.
would be nice if we had
Flight
that
level
working.
270, Cathay
In any
418.
case, that's pretty much everything I could offer you for the time being, so let's speed this one up a little, and then I'll see you for a beautiful sunrise and a beautiful cruise along Alaska and later on Canada. And in the meantime, sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight with us.
Cathay 826 identified through flight level 187, runway 06 right, information Delta, correction, the altimeter is 3004, information Delta, descend 1000.
Cathay 826, runway 06 right, altimeter 3004, descent 1000. So, we did just receive a brand new landing runways in the form of 06 right. Let's go ahead and prepare that for our arrival. First things first, let's update that chart. So that's going to be
Cathay 826, continue descent 8000.
Cathay 826, continue descent 8000.
WestJet 50, correction, WestJet 667, winds 10, correction 090 at 6, clear for takeoff, runway 05.
Clear for takeoff, runway 05, WestJet 667.
Right, cool. So, arrival runway 06 right with an ILS approach. The arrival remains the box on 7. And let's see if there is any decent transition we could take for this one. Well, Lizard, I suppose. So, by our Lizard. And then, let's go to heading here for a moment. Speed, vertical speed heading.
Auto brake off.
Insert temporary and then direct to Duvas. Thrust idle descent, nav alt 10,000 Magena. So a little bit of speed brake here to get that aircraft speed under control. Cathay 826, any speed restriction?
Publish speeds on the star, please.
Roger, published speed, Cathay 826.
Roger.
Though I don't see the reason why, because there is no traffic here. If ATC wants it, then we'll give him just that. Okay, cool. So we basically know the arrival until the final. Let's just jump forward into the final then and see what that is gonna look like. Nope, not you, but... Huh, funny, looks like the destination knob is actually not working. But okay, here we go. So we've got Lisa above 3000, Lobco, then we have the descent point, and then Savos. Looks like it's the same error that we already had to runway 05. Savos is showing above 3000 here, well, realistically
good
it's
afternoon. Air Canada 414 looking IFR for Montreal.
Okay, so be
Air
it
Canada 414, Toronto departures, g'day, clears to Montreal Airport by the Deck 5 departure, make low transition,
proceed
flight
on
plan
heading
route,
057,
depart
minimum
runway
1100, right
05,
turn
walk
132,
1514.
Toronto radio 102 towards 2 dot, climbing 3100, and that's
Take a spot code, Air
exactly
Canada
what we've
414.
got.
1514.
So then, onto the approach page.
Easy clears Air Canada
Let's quickly
414
see
to Montreal,
if we can
international by Deck
actually
5
grab
departure,
that
Miglo transition,
Toronto
left hand, report
alias.
05 squawk 1514.
Air Canada 1, correction, Air Canada 414, read back correct information, Delta, call for taxi.
We'll call Air
So
Canada
here we
414.
are, information delta, and then we've got the wind 090 at 6 degrees. The temperature is currently, let's see, far too much information here. I believe it's 2, let's just enter that, then we can scroll forward here. So, temperature
West at 667, identified 1,600, climb 7,000.
4 now.
Climb 7,000,
Alright,
West
cool.
at 667.
West
So,
at 667, negative,
740
climb
feet is going to be the
7,000.
minimum.
Confirmed, climb 7,000, West
So
at
740, flight level
Roger.
180, transition level is still correct, and Toronto 06 right. Goes in here. Alright, cool. And with that, we are basically done with our setup. We'll do a rebriefing here in a moment. But first of all, we are approaching and passing 10,000, so lights on, signs on, and the EFIS CP is set. Weather is the primary concern today, and we'll also select LS down here. And another quick look into the ATIS reveals that we've
West
got
at 667, turn left heading 340, climb
So
flight level
let's be sure to
230,
select that here as
vectors
well.
for traffic.
Turn left heading 340, and can I get the altitude one more time?
So
Hey,
that
firm climb, flight level
runway
230.
is wet.
230, West Jet 667.
Roger.
Cool. So that's that part of the setup completed. Alright, we have 8,000 blue, and yeah, following the published speed because ATC wants it, and that's literally the only reason. Alright, cool. So with that part out of the way, let's go ahead and do a quick rebriefing. So we're still following the star for an ILS approach runway 06 right this time, wet runway, and we've got a minimum of 7,400 feet, missed approach altitude 3,100, which equals the MSA. Apart from that, I have
departure,
no
West at 5 to 1,
specials,
ready for taxi.
and we have
Cathay
no
86,
threats
descend
for the arrival.
4,000.
Cathay 86, descend 4,000. So,
West
all
at 667, turn left direct, add step on
Magenta.
course.
Turn
Very
left,
cool,
direct
then we
add
can
step on
continue.
course, West
As part
Jet.
of the briefing, it remains an ILS approach.
West at 521, runway 05,
with,
information, Delta, altimeter
commence an ILS approach
3004,
with flight
taxi by
guidance. We
Sierra,
are still going
Echo,
to use
Golf, Hotel, cross runway
reverse
33 right,
and
enter
the
runway
overbrakes
33
to
left.
the runway to the left, and then we'll have to cross runway 6 left on the taxi in, which is our main threat for this
Golf,
arrival.
Hotel,
Apart
cross
from that, I
runway
don't have any
33
specials,
right,
and
33
that's
left,
really it.
West
Any
at 5 to 1.
questions? Nope, perfect. So that's our briefing completed then. So let's reselect our brake to vacate. So 06 right, set as landing runway. Come on. Here we go. And then we are probably going to vacate up here in Delta 3. Set BTV exit. Tells me runway too short, okay. Well, I don't think so. But okay, then let's select Delta 5. Alright, and that's it. So, 1000 to go. So we're at 210 knots, we're approaching modal speed. That's looking pretty good. So, approach checklist please.
Westjet 667 leaving my airspace, surveillance service terminate. Further climb on discretion, change en route.
Minimums, Bravo 740, runway condition, wet, auto brake, DTV, approach checklist complete. All constraints start, ascent blue. So this might become a little bit bumpy down here. On this location I actually do believe the weather radar with this handbar indication there. Descent 4000 blue. But I tell you what, let's do vertical speed minus 1000 so that we get to descend quickly and hopefully turn final soon. There's no way flying around this in front of us anyway. We could of course take an avoidance heading here, but there's the next weather, so it wouldn't make much sense. Alright, so...
DHL 425 with you at passenger flight level 220.
I just want to expedite that descent a little bit, hoping that we might be able to get below the majority of this. So temperature is fine at 14 degrees.
DHL 425, Toronto arrivals, g'day, squawk 7551.
7551, DHL 425.
Cathay 826, turn left heading 210, descend 3000.
Left heading 210, descend 3000, Cathay 826. Heading 3000 blue.
DHL 425 identified, flight level 214, runway 06 right, altimeter 3004, information Delta, descend 11000.
From Lopco.
Alright, we got 06 right, we got Delta, okay. And we'll go down to 110 for DHL 425.
Full heading. Here we go. Nope, we're not gonna accelerate anymore. Activate approach phase. Alright, our eyes can slowly start to adjust to the darkness, so let's go ahead.
2500.
Checked. Turn that dome light down. Just keep a tiny bit of it, and the floodlight down a little bit as well.
Cathay 826, turn left heading 150.
Cathay 826, left heading 150. Speed hold star. Alright, looks like we're turning onto a 12-mile final. Quick American cross-check
Good afternoon, Toronto. It's Air Canada 856
0.2
Heavy. That's looking for IFR turn center Boston, please.
Air Canada 856 Heavy, Toronto departure is good. Clearance request, standby.
Alright, let's start slowing down. Manage speed, flaps 1. Speed checked, flaps 1. Do note that window
turn left heading 090 to intercept, cleared ILS, runway 06 right approach.
Left 06, correction 090 to intercept, cleared ILS 06 right approach, Cathay 826.
Air Canada 856 departure is cleared to the Boston Logan Airport by the Capta 3 departure.
Right, launch radio, autopilot 1 and 2, let's look localizer blue.
05, squawk 3774.
We'll wait until the glide slope approaches, then we'll continue to configure the aircraft since
Okay,
we've got those 30 knots of
squawking
wind over here.
3774, it's the Kepler 3 with a bumper departure, bumper transition rather, and runway 5. We're ready, push and start, I count as 856.
Count as 856, read back is correct, information Delta, call ready for taxi.
So let's see if it sequences
We have
Lobco.
Delta, call for taxi.
It should. Alright, the descent point is located at 7.8 DME from 3000, block star. So in 2 nautical miles. Let's help the plane a little bit here and go flaps 2. Speed check, flaps 2.
Lufthansa correction, DHL 425, descent 8000.
8000 DHL 425.
Lock. So temperature is 9 degrees now, engine anti-ice on. Okay. Glide slope star. Go around altitude 3100 set, gear down. Flaps 3, speed checked. Flaps 3. Glide slope.
Cathay 826, wind 090 at 6, clear to land, runway 06 right.
Runway 06 right, clear to land, Cathay 826. Flaps full, speed checked. Flaps full. So, why is the cabin not ready? They should have been ready a long time ago. Let's wait a little bit, see what's gonna happen. A landing checklist. Landing, no blue. Landing checklist complete. Just waiting for the cabin now. Wipers on.
$1,000.
Checked. Manual flight. Approach 1. And now the cabin is ready, finally. It's always a hard decision. If the cabin is not ready and you have to fly go around, you've got to be really careful because you never know why they are not ready and what exactly is going on in the back.
$500.
Checked.
$400. $300. $200. $100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5.
Tron Air Canada 414, ready for taxi info Delta.
Air Canada 414, runway 05, altimeter 3004, taxi via Alpha Kilo, Bravo 1, runway 33 right, Sierra, Echo, Golf, Hotel, cross runway 33 left.
Runway 05, via Bravo 1, runway 33 right, Sierra, Echo, Golf, Hotel, Air Canada 414.
Cathay 826, welcome to Toronto, exit left when able, cross runway 06 left and say parking.
Cathay 826, we vacate to the left via Delta 5, cross runway 6 left, parking Charlie 34.
Cathay 826, roger. Once you've crossed runway 06 left, join Delta. I'll have further shortly.
When clear of 6 left, joining Delta, Cathay 826.
WestJet 521, Windsor 090 at 6, clear for takeoff, runway 05.
Alright, welcome to
Check the
Toronto.
winds and clear for takeoff, runway
So
05. And sorry,
when crossed,
can you
left on
confirm
Delta,
altitude
Delta
clearance?
is down here.
It's 5,000 initially on runway heading.
5,000 runway heading. Thank you very much, WestJet 521.
DHL 425, proceed direct DARPU.
So this actually looks pretty snowy, doesn't it?
The
Runway
runway
direct
direct descending through 17.6 for 17,000.
2 at once, DHL 425, proceed direct DARPU.
DHL 425 direct DARPU.
And JetBlue 18, rechecking in.
Okay, so we are clear to cross runway 6 left.
Yes, checking in JetBlue 18.
JetBlue 18, Toronto arrival flow,
Okay.
runway 06
Clear
right, altimeter
everywhere.
3004, information Delta, descend 11,000.
Expect 06 right, down to 11,000 JetBlue 18.
Cathay 826, taxi Delta, Alpha and Alpha Kilo.
Taxi Delta, Alpha Kilo, Cathay 826. Alright, so Delta into Alpha, and then Alpha Kilo leads us right to our parking stand. Excellent. So, temperature. We didn't have any real freezing conditions on the approach, therefore I'm retracting those flaps. However, we'll surely leave the anti-ice on for now. So next to the left, let's make sure we're at a maximum of 10 knots into that turn. So what's that Air Canada doing over there?
WestJet 521 identified 1,300.
He seems to be quite far off his taxiway. I'm wondering if we're gonna fit behind him. We'll definitely take this one slow. Slow and careful.
Canada's 856, ready taxi.
Canada 856, verify squawking
So
3774
this is
about
actually
Charlie.
one of those moments to use the wing lights in order to increase visibility of the wing.
WestJet 521, turn right direct
That
Virgo
would
on
be for our
course.
first officer to check.
Turn right direct Virgo on course, WestJet 521.
Lufthansa 425, descend 6,000. Correction, DHL 425, descend 6,000.
6,000
well clear
DHL
of the Air
425.
Canada.
Okay, we should be 3774 now for Canada's 856.
Canada 856, roger, standby.
Alright, so we don't turn
Canada
right
856, we're going to
here,
see now
but
runway
the next
05.
one.
It's information Delta, altimeter 3004, taxi via Delta. Let's see, taxi via Delta, Echo, Golf, Hotel, cross runway 33 right and runway 33 left.
Alright, clear on both sides, and then we're turning
Delta
to
to
the right
Echo, Golf,
onto Alpha.
and then a
Lane.
hotel, cross 33 left and right, and we'll hold short 5 and let you know when we're there.
WestJet 521, climb flight level 230.
Climb 230,
So,
WestJet
clear right
521.
sockets.
Liftoff, correction, DHL 425, descend 4,000.
4,000 DHL 425.
Canada 856, just confirm the taxi is Delta, Echo, Golf, Hotel, cross runway 33 right and runway 33 left.
Yes, affirmative. Delta, Echo, Golf, Hotel, and cross both 33 right and left.
Correct.
And here we go. Then let's quickly find our ground ops menu. So GSX, and we're parking at Charlie 134. So suppose it's going to be just 134 in here. And we don't need to follow me for that, thanks. Alright, handling by Swissport. That way the delay report is already covered. And now we're continuing straight ahead, so Charlie 34. Actually, I think I selected the wrong gate. There's a 34 down there as well. So let's just reselect that. So, change facility. Charlie, that's looking better. And we're looking for Charlie 34. They only have Charlie 34 Alpha in here. That's good enough for me. No follow me needed. Handling by Swissport, and that's it.
JetBlue 18, proceed direct DARPU, descend 6,000 unrestricted.
So we're parking over here somewhere.
Direct DARPU, proceed
So
6,000
right
unrestricted, JetBlue 18.
That's at DARPU, Delta Alpha Romeo Papa Uniform.
DARPU, JetBlue 18.
First today, Delta 2439, we're with you descending 21.4 for 17.
So Alpha
Delta
Kilo is over here.
2439, front arrival slow, runway 06 right, altimeter 3004, information Delta, descend 1000. 06 right, down till 1000, Delta 2439. Lufthansa 425, turn right, correction, DHL 425, turn right, heading 330, descend 3000.
Turn right 330,
Okay, so now's the big question.
WestJet 521, surveillance services terminated, further climb at own discretion, change en route.
We'll monitor onward
It's
frequency.
gonna be that
Thank
one.
you so much for the ATC.
Air count of 414, wind
And then we
090
take
at 6,
the,
clear for takeoff, runway 05.
Dashed line,
Could we take off 05, air count of 414?
which is this one here. Alright, that's looking okay. So all lights off. So Airbus 35 Kilo 1000 is on the guidance system. Here we are, looking good. You always take the last couple of meters really slow, just in case something unexpected happens, someone runs in front of your aircraft or so. 4 meters, 3 meters, 2 meters, 1 meter. Oh, come on. And stop.
DHL 425, turn right, heading 030 to
Right,
intercept,
parking
cleared
brake
ILS,
set,
runway 06 right
APU
approach.
on.
Turn right 030, intercept the 06 right.
1.
Select leisure for DJ 425, anything?
Canada 414, identified 1,300, climb
Cancel all those
7,000.
apart.
Climb 7,000, air count of 414.
JetBlue 18, descend 5,000.
5,000, JetBlue 18.
Man, the ground crew is quick. Very quick today.
Delta 2439, proceed direct DARPU.
Come on. Will you please disarm those slides? No?
Clear direct DARPU for Delta 2439.
Alrighty, now they're disarming. Perfect. So then, parking checklist. Park and brake out shocks, brake set, wing lights. We did use them, so good attention. Off. And that's the parking checklist complete.
Air Canada 414, turn right direct dead key on course, climb flight level 230.
Right,
Right,
course, climb level 230, air count of 414.
Deboarding is requested. They should hopefully connect our jetway any moment now. Or they don't, it's GSX after all. Here we go, that's
Delta
looking much better.
2439, descend 6,000 unrestricted.
Right, cool, so let's leave that
6,000
ATC
unrestricted.
frequency. And then we can just do our final checks. So, fuel. Oh, that's interesting. Why is there still some fuel left in the center tank? Shouldn't that have transferred to the wing tanks? That's interesting. So, we did use 94.5 tons. Let's cross-check that against the OFP. 93.3. So, we have used like 1.2 tons more. Taxi in fuel probably made another 500, so we used like 700 kilos more, which is not the best, but fully within the range of what I would expect on a long-haul flight, so that's absolutely in line. Alright, cool. So then, all I can say is, thank you very much for watching. Hope you found this one interesting. Be sure to leave your feedback in the comments underneath the video. As always, I'm really looking forward to it. Be sure to like, comment and subscribe, and if you really love what I'm doing on this channel, I would appreciate a small donation through the Buy Me Coffee link in the video description below. Thank you very much for watching, and I'm looking forward to see you all again on the next one.